Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6 p.m. This is the meeting of the El Centro City Council for Tuesday, July the 16th, 2024. And let's see. Madam City Clerk, we have
You want me to call roll? She's not yet, but it will.
She will be joining shortly.
okay, so how would you prefer to proceed?
We can go ahead and call roll. Call roll? Yes.
Okay, already call the roll.
Councilmember Carter, absent and excused. Councilmember Oliva.
Present.
Councilmember Garcia.
Present.
Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh.
Present.
Mayor Marroquin.
Present. Alrighty. So at this time, may I ask Councilmember Cardenas Singh to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please rise. Hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. Councilmember Oliva, would you please lead us in an invocation?
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all of the many blessings that you bestow upon us. We ask you to continue to watch over us and to remember to love one another as you love us. We ask you to help us through the extreme heat that we have here in the valley. We love our community. We thank you for the environment and the house that you allow us to have, but we also want to ask you to please look out for those who don't have shelter, for those who this heat hits harder. And we ask you to continue to grant us wisdom to do the work in your name. We ask in your name, amen.
Amen. Please. Madam City Attorney, please report out on closed session.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There's no report from closed session.
Okay, thank you. All righty. Colleagues, at this moment, I would like to add item 4A to the agenda. It is a certificate of recognition for Ms. Adelaida Arvizu. And may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Okay. And at this time, then we will go into public comments. And before we do that, I would like to read our notice to the public. So this is a public meeting. If there is an item on the agenda on which you wish to be heard, you are asked to complete a blue speaker slip and submit it to the city clerk prior to the start of the meeting. Persons wishing to address the council are not required to identify themselves. However, this information assists the mayor by ensuring that all persons wishing to address the council are recognized and also assists the city clerk in preparing the city council meeting minutes. When the item is announced and your name is called by the mayor, please step to the podium and state your name for the record. Unless the mayor extends the time, there is a 3-minute time limit for each public presentation. If you wish to address this council concerning any other matter not appearing on the agenda, you may do so during the public comment portion of the agenda. However, you may not show a visual presentation without review of that material. If you do so, you will be considered out of order. And we do.
Madam Mayor. I believe Councilmember Carter has been able to join the meeting. If you,
Okay.
at this point,
So
would like
can
to.
we, can I pause there for a minute so that we can add that to, okay,
Yes.
ready? Okay, so are you going to,
So Councilmember Carter has asked that she be allowed to join by Zoom because she has at home after a medical appointment. To do that, you all will need to consider the reason for her joining, which is appropriate under Government Code Section 54953, which is part of the Brown Act. She is there without anyone under 18 years of age with her. If you would like to call for a motion and a second to vote on allowing her to join at that point, she can join the meeting. All of your votes from that time on will be roll call.
Okay, so at this time, council members, may we please consider Councilmember Carter's request? And if so, can I get a motion and a second?
Madam Mayor, so
Okay, did you get that, City Clerk?
Yes, and we're going to vote on it, please.
Okay,
Councilmember Oliva,
yes.
Councilmember Garcia,
Yes.
Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh,
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin.
yes.
Passes
And-
4-0.
Can we also vote on adding item 4A?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter? Your vote for item 4A? Councilmember Oliva,
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia,
Yes.
Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh,
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin.
Yes,
4-0.
thank you. All right, okay, so at this time, we do have one request for a public comment from Mr. Sky Ainsworth.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Wanted to share with you my experience on June 29th at Christ Community Church here in El Centro. I received word of a political candidate meet and greet with Ian Weeks and Jeff Gonzalez, free tacos at Christ Community Church, and decided I had not heard them speak, so I had to go check it out. And during the course of the meeting, Pastor Colas led and closed with a prayer. Individuals mentioned that we are at a state of war. There was questions of Ian Weeks said that he felt he was fighting demons. He was ready for the resurrection. They wanted to repeal the Johnson Act. And at one point, Pastor Colas outed and gave personal information about a LGBT member of his congregation. And said twice, "I don't care if I get sued." Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ainsworth. Okay, and so we will now move on to presentations. And first, we have Mr. Ivan Murillo, who is from the El Centro Little League, for a presentation on Measure P funding of their youth sports program, and he will provide an update. Hello, Mr. Murillo.
Hi, good afternoon, City Council. I have, who do I give this?
Pardon?
Probably our city clerk?
Yes, we can take it.
Thank you.
Well, I'm actually gonna be a little bit blank because she has my paperwork. But first, I want to say thank you for the 15,000 Measure P grant that was given to us from Little League. As you can see, as she passes it on around, it shows that from that, everything has everything in there, from what we got to the All-Stars, to the uniforms, to everything in general. As you all are aware, this is the second year in a row that El Centro has been in San Diego, advanced, and got 10th in state. So accomplishment, and I thank every single one of you, board members, council members, because with you guys, this would have never happened. Garcia for making it, for start the process, for always supporting us, you know, for Mayor Singh, for Thomas, for always having our backs and helping us in every which way possible. The money was spent in uniforms, you know, I mean, as you know, cost of living uniforms cost. I mean, it's about, it was $9,000, I think, just for 310
Oh
uniforms.
my gosh.
And that was probably the cheapest at the time that we can get. Traveling, I mean, at the end of the day, we're down to like $32 after all the spending that happens and stuff like that. But we're grateful, because if not, other years we've been in the negative, we've been struggling, and this is the first year we could actually say that we ended up on a positive note. Maybe not where I wanted to, but at least a positive where we actually have some money in the account, you know, to survive and start for next season and begin forward. And I really appreciate you guys. And these boys are, I mean, it's a whole different batch from last year's. There's only 2 returning players from last year's teams, even the coaches not, you know, here. You know, it's a whole different brand of coaches and a bunch of hungry kids. And this team, only 4 kids are leaving, so we're going for a 3-peat. Hopefully you go further
Alrighty.
and stuff. So I just want to say thank you. If you guys have any questions, any comments or anything, you guys feel free to ask.
Well, first of all, on behalf of the City of El Centro, we would like to congratulate you for your success, for the championship all-star team that you produced this year. And last year, it's just like you've made us all very proud. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Murillo. Would any of my colleagues like to?
Sure, Madam Mayor, thank you
Yes,
for the
uh-huh.
opportunity. Mr. Murillo, I'll tell you, there's a lot of heart that's out there in that field from the players, their parents, the volunteers, the coaches. And it's a great opportunity to see when our youth have the opportunity to, one, learn leadership, teamwork, and to be proud of where they're from. I've had the opportunity to enjoy many games, nerve-wracking games that have been so exciting. And I think that last hit that confirmed that they were champions, and to see them so excited and so proud. And of course, the picture with the ring.
Those rings, yes.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
thank you to you and to all the volunteers that make sure that our Imperial Val, or that our El Centro Little League
Oh, and I also want
is
to thank, I know,
successful.
maybe she's sitting there, Adriana, Javier, and all the Parks and Rec family, because without them, those fields wouldn't look the way they do. And without their help, I mean, it's a struggle, but we've got to make it work. And I mean, to be able to host two, this year to host the Section 7 San Diego, those San Diego families were complaining a lot because they were in the heat this year and 2 years ago. And it gives us that home field advantage that just like us, we have to travel up there.
Mhm.
And it's an honor to be a part of it. And like I said, I mean, we're hopefully, I don't want to jinx ourselves, but go for a three-peat in all divisions. I mean, and not making any less, but we also had our 12U went to a championship game, lost, but still. So every year we produce some kind of champion, some kind of runner-up. And then we're trying to inspire these boys to go wherever they go, Central, Southwest, and inspire. I'm proud to say that I have two of those from last year's team. One was the year at Southwest, and then Rookie of the Year at Central. So that to me just gives me chills just talking about it and seeing it that way and stuff. And every year, like I tell Mr. Garcia, every year when I start the league, I want to always produce something more, something that I didn't do last year. So with that in mind, we produced some pins. So I want to gift to you guys that these pins for the last years. I don't know how long has it been since South Central's had pins, but every time we go to a tournament, we get pins and we didn't have nothing to give, so we felt horrible. Little city, and I'm gonna steal Adriana's line because she has a really good line. It says, "What is it, Adriana? Small city, big hearts." And I can't take it from her, but when she said that, I said that to the boys and it inspired them. I said your name though. I don't want to take credit.
Oh, no.
So that's the way I see this little town, this valley, and stuff like that. So hopefully, and I appreciate you because I'm pretty sure some of you, Mr. Garcia, other ones have had children, grandchildren in the league, and I hope to inspire them to some here, be sitting here, be leaders of the future. So with that, thank you. I'll give you guys your gifts and then I'll head on my merry way. Any questions?
I want to say thank you. I know you're walking out, but thank you for everything that you do for the children.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murillo. We're
Thank
very
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
I've been the amount of time, effort, heart, and just plain passion that you put into this league, and how much time you've spent with all the teams, not just the older boys, but from the very beginning in their development. I always see you at the games. I always see you interacting with the parents, and I see you watching these kids develop over the years. You've watched my boys develop. That's something that you're a treasure to our community because of the time and effort, just like every other coach, every other volunteer, every team mom that has ever spent time in these organizations. And you make our kids better for it.
Okay.
Thank you very much for everything that you've done and everything you continue to do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Murillo.
Thank you.
All right. And next, I would like to call up Mr. John Ledoux. Good evening, Mr. Ledoux.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So we are aware that you retired from your position as the superintendent of the El Centro Elementary School District this year. And so to recognize the years of dedicated service that you have given to this community, we'd like to present you with a certificate of recognition. But
Okay.
before we do that, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I'd love to just thank you, the city council, for the great work being done in this city. It's been an honor to serve this city because as your school district, 2 streets over, we are serving the community. Very proud of that. I'd like to introduce the team to support us today. Would that be all right if I did that? Madam
Yes, I
Mayor?
noticed you brought your.
Entourage.
We had quite a few people show up that we weren't
Yes.
expecting. So I just want to
Yes.
introduce them very quickly. We have some phenomenal people working for the school district. And I am retiring in 13 days. I have 13 days left.
Wow.
But joining us today, we have one of the best counselors in Imperial County, Ms. Annabelle Alvarez, with us tonight.
Hey.
We have our Deputy Superintendent, Christy Curry. School Board Member, Angie Pena. The founder of our Parent and Community Education Program, Carla Sigmund, is with us tonight. Longtime school board member, Mr. Michael Minnick. Kind of a legend in the district. He gets the most cheers when we go to school. He's very well known. We have school board member, Mr. Eddie Hernandez, with us tonight. Mr. Hernandez has served multiple terms as our president, currently the clerk of the board. We have one of our senior secretaries, Rosemary Martinez, who's with us tonight. We have Sandra. I only know her as Sandra, so Sandra works in my office as well. She does our data and what's called CalPads, which is a technical program we use. Sandra's with us. And then my longtime assistant, my longtime assistant, very valuable member of our team. Many of you know her because she's worked in Imperial County for about 80 years now. But the last 12 years, she's been my incredible assistant, Miss Kathy Lemos. And then the person standing there taking pictures on the left, you may know her as the principal of Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School. That was her job last month. And this month, she is now our associate superintendent.
Oh.
And that is Miss Terry Ponce. And standing next to her is the best psychologist, counselor, and wife of the superintendent, Virginia Deuce.
Yay.
I would like to just mention a few things about the school district because I realize we don't get an opportunity often to meet and talk about what's going on. So I'm going to use that to kind of just let you kind of know what we've been up to for the last several years. This is my 12th year as superintendent, 19 in the district total. In June, we had 1,032 employees. We're one of the largest employers in the city. And that is because we are doing whatever we can to bring more personnel in to serve our students. One of our biggest initiatives the last several years is on the mental health initiatives. As you know, as a country, we are struggling in many ways, and our students are struggling. COVID didn't help. And so for the past several years, our school board has really rallied around what can we do to serve our students better. And so we've gone from 3.5 counselors and psychologists to about 15 now. And we're adding those as often as we can. We just received a $4.5 million federal grant for safety, which will allow us to add security guards to all of our schools, additional counselors and psychologists. So phenomenal things going on in that way. Our dual immersion program continues to grow. We're the leader in the Valley. You may notice that almost every school district now offers what we started here 14 years ago. We started with 2 classrooms. We now have 9 grade levels of dual immersion at 3 schools, partnership with the high school so students can go through 12th grade now, learning 2 languages and being completely fluent in both. Safety has been a big priority for us. We've invested millions of dollars in securing our schools, making sure we have safe entrances for the students, updating our safety plans. We hired a full-time safety director who does phenomenal work. This year we'll have security guards at every one of our schools to greet our students because they are there basically to be another adult that students can look to, but they also keep an eye out on our students and make sure that we're doing what we can. Of course, we've been focused on academic achievement. If you've been following our school district and the schools, we have many of the top schools in Imperial County that we are very proud of. The growth at some of our schools and their academic growth, especially Harding School, if you look at it, it's become one of our flagship schools. It's our largest elementary school, and the academic achievement there has grown. Martin Luther King Jr. has defied odds and is one of our top performing schools in every metric, thanks to the leadership and the wonderful teachers at that school. All 12 of our schools are doing very well, and the academic improvement annually is going up, continuing to go up. We are about to build a 13th school, unfortunately not in the city of El Centro, it'll be in the city of Imperial, but it will serve the approximately 300 students we currently have at Victoria Ranch. And so that school, we're just waiting for the state bond to pass, which we hope you'll all vote for in November. Because our city has been very generous, our community has authorized bonds that take care of the district's contributions. One of the things we're very proud of over COVID, we took the responsibility, other school districts really did not, that said we need to feed our kids, we need to take care of them. Our staff stepped up. Sonia Carter was one of the people working with our students. We're very proud of the work that they all did during that time. And for our community, voluntarily, our school board and our community employees asked the school board if they could serve meals for our kids. We served over 3 million meals to our students and to our community. And we did it through drive-through, we did it through community-based feeding programs. It was a phenomenal program, and we're really proud of the work that our staff did because they really pushed us to do that. We've expanded our after-school programs. We currently invest about $10 million a year in after-school programs. This complements what the city does in Parks and Rec. We have added lighting to 5 of our fields, and we're going out to bid to add more lighting to other fields so we can continue into the evening, either through our own program or working with the city to provide additional facilities for the students of El Centro and the entire community. I mentioned Carla Sigmund, the Parent and Community Education Program. This is a program that has a facility now that we built a few years ago. Some of you are at the opening, and it has served thousands of El Centro community members. We partnered with IVC. They teach English classes through the community program, citizenship classes. We do multiple parenting classes a year. Hundreds and hundreds of people per year use that. And since 2017, like I said, several thousand community members have accessed our services there. Another tribute to our school board and their efforts to not just educate the children, but knowing that to educate the children properly, we must include the parents in the process. We must bring them in. We must build that trust with our parents so that they know how to access the services of the school. And so they've done that. And our parent response, our parent involvement has just skyrocketed. And we're very proud of the work that we're doing. One of our partnerships with the school, with the city of El Centro, is a school resource officer program, which we've funded for probably 20 years, but the past several years, we haven't been able to have an officer because we haven't been able to find one, right? The city has had trouble staffing it. This year, we have a wonderful officer working with our students, and we thank the chief and the department for making the schools a priority. In the last 2 years, we've noticed an increase in all of the services from the police department, the response time to our schools, the efforts to have police officers in our campuses, walking through our campuses, being there in the mornings. It's been a dramatic shift in the focus on our schools under the new chief, and we couldn't be more pleased with what we're seeing at our schools as far as safety goes. There I could go on for hours, as my school board knows. But I just wanted to mention that it's a proud moment to come to work each day and serve the students of El Centro, knowing that we're a part of the community, we're part of the city, and that our school board will continue on with incredible programs. We do have a new superintendent. He couldn't be here tonight because he's lounging on a beach in Puerto Rico with his family right now. I don't think he's had a vacation for a few years, so he decided to need one before he jumped in. That's Mr. Ruben Castro. You'll probably be seeing a lot of him in the future. He's been our deputy superintendent for quite some time now. So thank you for this recognition tonight. I took this as an opportunity to educate you a little bit on what the schools are doing. We're very proud of our schools. We hope that you're proud of the schools that El Centro Elementary School District has and the work that all of our staff members are doing, because it's always a focus on improvement, and it's always how can we do more for our community. So thank you for your support, and I just want to, on behalf of our school board and all of our employees, to thank you for the work you do, because we know that being on a city council and making the tough decisions is difficult. We appreciate that you've tried to put the schools first as much as you can. I do want to mention, because our school board took this on, but a few years ago, the city discontinued funding crossing guards in our city. That was kind of done abruptly. We didn't know that was going to happen. And our school board took it on to fund the entire program. When we met with the police chief after that meeting, he did say that would be a temporary thing. So we hope the city considers getting back into that funding, because it is quite an expense for the school district. We spend about $500,000 right now on crossing guards. But we know that's a partnership we can further explore and other safety things. We've never been turned down for an opportunity to meet with staff and to discuss our concerns. But right now, I'm here in a place of pride because our school board has taken that priority to make sure our kids are safe and that we have an outstanding education. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ledoux. Would any of my colleagues like to say anything?
I would, if it's all
Okay.
right, Madam
Yes,
Mayor.
uh-huh.
Mr. Ledoux, thank you for always being such a forward thinker and leading this district to truly provide wonderful wraparound services for students. You look at the whole child, and I appreciate that when we talk about mental health services, food insecurity, safety, all those aspects that truly make a child thrive in our community. And I thank you for being the leader. I know that you work diligently to look for the funding in order to provide those ancillary services. And we thank you for providing those services. I'm proud that I am a product of the El Centro Elementary School District. I congratulate you. You leave a legacy behind, and you leave a wonderful team that will continue those efforts. So congratulations to you. I know you're not going anywhere. I know you're just as committed to the community, whether it's with a title or not. It's about commitment and heart. So congratulations to you.
Thank you for those kind words.
Mr. Ledoux, allow me to please just say thank you for the positive impact you've had in this community. And, you know, retirements are bittersweet, I imagine. And for those that I have met and spoke to when it comes to retirement, there's a lot of reflection. That's part of walking off into the sunset. And I really do hope that you reflect on the generation of children that still live in this community or maybe moved on to better and bigger things because of the education that they got at the El Centro Elementary School District under your leadership, right? The staff who have been able to provide better quality of life for their families because of the employment provided. It's part of the very fabric of our community, right? And so you certainly have written your chapter in the history of this city. And so we say thank you, congratulations on reaching this point, right? And I want to say that very genuinely, and then just kind of then dash, you know, enter new paragraph. You brought up the crossing guards, and I'm glad you did because your board members are here. And I would like to just say it's a perfect opportunity for us to collaborate and submit a joint Safe Routes to School grant application. And so since you brought that up and your board is here, I certainly would like to work with you all on seeing if we can do that so that we can kind of offset that. Obviously, we're stressed out with funding both of our entities, and so why not go for free money to be able to pay for stuff like that? So thank you for bringing it up, sir.
Thank you for the kind words. And we've collaborated with the city many times on the safe route. So I'm sure that will be.
Sure.
Well, I can't speak on behalf of the board anymore.
Feels weird.
I'm sure it'll be a priority though.
Mr. Ledoux, thank you for all of your years of dedication to the children of El Centro towards their academic achievement. I've seen it firsthand, the wonderful programs that the schools have had. All three of my boys started kindergarten in dual immersion at Harding, and they all went through the program. And it has just been a wonderful experience having all of the reach out from the schools to the parents and everybody really working together, working towards academic achievement, that common goal. I've just seen the impact that these schools have had. And I've seen other schools as well. I am a product of public schools, and I can tell you that I did not have the same experience that my kids had. So that's a credit to the administration. It's a credit to the board, credit to all the programs that you guys have available. And just I hope you enjoy your retirement with your lovely wife and enjoy your time. And thank you very much for all of your dedicated service.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And Mr. Ledoux would just like to also thank you for your hard work, dedication, and for moving this school district forward and into the future. I'm sure you have a vision that you'd like for your successor to carry on, and you know, to carry on your legacy with. So we would just like to take this time to recognize all of your dedication to this community and your hard work in your position as the superintendent of the El Centro Elementary School District. And we would like to congratulate you for the many dedicated years of service to the El Centro Elementary School District. Thank you for your leadership and dedication to staff, students, families, and the community of El Centro. Enjoy a well-deserved retirement. And so on that note, I'd like to present you with this certificate and
Yes.
To take a picture with you. Yes. Would you like to?
Everyone that came with me. That means you have to stand up and move.
Means you have to come up here with all of us.
So can I have you stand up right in the middle a little bit more? That way. Mhm.
If you're gonna full report on this, Angie,
We gotta get that selfie in. There's room on this side too, so we're not.
Balance that out.
All right, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Wait until they. Okay, and at this time, then we would like to present a certificate of recognition to Mr. Victor Sassueta. And I see Mr. Sassueta in the audience.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Sassueta. So for all of the ladies and gentlemen in the audience, Mr. Sassueta was a member of our Community Services Board and Friends of the El Centro Community Services Foundation Board as well. And so he recently tendered his resignation from that board. However, we would like to show our appreciation for the service and the dedication to the city of El Centro and to the community at large.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Would you like to say a few words, Mr. Sassueta?
Sure. I applied for this position on the board July 2019. It's almost been, it's been almost 5 years. It's 4 years and 8 months. And I thought, well, it's time for me to get out of the way and let someone else have the opportunity to serve on these boards. I just want to say that there are a couple of things that I thought was some of the achievements that we made with the foundation. Number one is the urban tree forest that we were able to see to completion, and it was a success. Some of the other things we worked on was the Swarthout Park football field redo that they did. We also did a utility box art project that was very successful. And the last one was the dog park that came to the foundation, and we recommended it go to the city council for approval. And it was approved. I started at a time, I served on the librarian hiring committee. That was one of the first things that I started. We weren't successful in getting a librarian at the time, but I also was involved in some of the development of the new public library. My interest is, I'm a retired librarian. I retired back in November 2016 after 30 years working as a librarian. And so I thought it's time now for me to just move aside, and hopefully there's someone in the community that's willing to step forward and help shepherd some of the projects in the city. So I just want to say that you know, it was interesting working on some of the policy I worked on. I worked on the naming policy with the board, with the community services board. We also worked on the mural policy that the city council adopted, and also the volunteer policy, which was the last thing that I worked on. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity to serve the city of El Centro, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to be looking for future volunteer programs that I can participate in. So thank you.
We look forward to that, Mr. Sassueta. So in return, we would also like to express our appreciation for your invaluable service and the contributions to the Library and Community Services Board, as well as the Friends of El Centro Community Services Foundation Board. And we'd like to present to you a certificate of recognition.
Sure.
And would you like to come up and we can take a... You know, so I think Emilio and Mario.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Onward and upward, right? To the next chapter.
And I would also like to add that we also have a certificate of recognition for Mr. Todd Evangelist, who was also a member of the Friends of El Centro Community Services Foundation Board. However, he was not able to attend this evening, so we will certainly make sure that he receives this certificate of recognition. All righty. And so next, we will also like to present a certificate of recognition to Ms. Adelaida Arvizu. Good evening, Ms. Arvizu.
Good evening.
So we heard the great news about your achievement. So would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I got nominated by Grand Canyon University. It's the National Scholar Society. They help with, I know they said only 10% of people get into there. You have to have a GPA of at least 3.4, and I've been doing that since I started Grand Canyon University.
Wow. And what are you studying?
I'm studying psychology.
Psychology. Oh my gosh. So does this mean that, are they going to help you with any of your education?
Yeah, so they
as
do
well?
help with education. They do help with scholarships. That's definitely going to help further education. And they help, like, even when I needed to do jobs or anything like that, they'll help with my resume, with letters of recognition, and stuff like that.
Oh, so do you plan to stay here in the Valley?
Right now, I'm actually going to be transferring out to Riverside.
Mhm.
But if the if the opportunity arises to come and help my community, I definitely would come back.
That we would really love that, because we like to keep our talent here. Local. Yes, so alrighty. Colleagues, would you like to say anything to Ms. Arvizu?
Just to take this opportunity, I work in higher education, encouraging low-income first-generation students to seek a higher education. And I understand the value and the hard work that it takes to complete and to maintain your GPA, move away from home, have that opportunity to just experience college in itself. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing the great success that is before you. And a psychology major like myself, congratulations and
Thank
keep
you.
adelante.
Thank you.
Yes, certainly congratulations for your hard work. It's not easy to hold a high GPA, especially when in undergraduate. And so not too many people do it, which is why we're here recognizing you, saying good job. And the mayor asked your study, you said psychology. I do want to just ask, do you know what you plan to use the psychology degree for in the future? And just kind of give you an opportunity to talk about what your vision and your plan is.
So I have thought about doing school psychology or opening my own practice in marriage and family.
There you go. All
Wow.
right.
I know
Great
this is like
work.
with all the school board members that we
I
had here.
know.
I was thinking, and I, for some reason, I kind of thought you were going to say something along those lines, about school.
Well, you
the school
heard
psychologist.
the outgoing superintendent just how much they have bulked up on counselors and behavioral health therapists, right? Because students are suffering. Certainly at the adult level, we have our issues too, right? And so those that seek that will definitely need your help. But again, congratulations, very admirable, the work, and congratulations to your family as well.
Thank you.
Councilmember Garcia?
Congratulations on this great recognition. It's wonderful that we're able to recognize this and to be here to share this moment with you. You know, just keep plugging away your education. It's going to be a lifelong journey, especially if you get into psychology. You know, there's always going to be further trainings and things like that. But it's just wonderful to be able to celebrate this with you. Congratulations and good luck out there.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, and on that note, we would like to present to you the certificate of recognition. Congratulations on your incredible success and a lifetime membership in the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. Wow, that sounds grand.
Get your family to come up?
Yeah, would you like your family to join you?
I'm sure if somebody hands their phone over to Mario or Emilio, they'll take it for you. Hold on, let's wait for everybody.
Here on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Approved.
Does our little one, Mario, does the little one come out in the picture or is the podium in the way? Maybe she needs to be carried.
She needs to be picked up. There you go.
I was just because I was looking at the screen.
Here we go. Thank you.
Paparazzi. Paparazzi.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Mario.
Congratulations.
We look forward to seeing and hearing more about you.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Give me just a second here. You don't have to. It's permissive if you choose to. Oh, I see. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the rest of the items on our agenda this evening, we also have another public speaker request from Mr. Robert Williams. Hi, Mr. Williams.
You all have met me before, I believe, haven't you? You've met me before, right?
Yes, we have, Mr. Williams. Welcome back.
Okay. I have a little problem here. I guess it's your enforcement officer sent me by. Is this a fine? I don't know which it is. It says maintenance of vacant property. And there's
Would you like us to take a look at that, or?
It's a number on there, yeah, 7-137.
Well, you know what, our city clerk's office will come down and take a
Okay.
look at that. Okay.
You know what that is? Okay. All right.
Okay, and so,
Anyway, I thought I told you that I really wanted to develop that property out there. And I wanted to put a development on it. and I've been working to do that. I met with one of your people that you asked me to meet with, which I did. I guess about there's 3 of them together. And I have had a bit of problem trying to find the other people that own the property around me. The city wouldn't tell me how to get in touch with them. So I had to go to the county. The county gave me information on them, but I have not been able to get in touch with any of them, probably because I'm not doing it the right way, but nevertheless, I wanted to try to get in touch with them. That property, I know it has weeds on it, but I don't know whether is that weeds or what?
So the citation that you received is an administrative citation, sir, and this is in relation to maintenance requirements for vacant property, basically looking at the weeds in the properties that are considered to be the APN numbers of 0522700002, which I believe are under your name as well as a trust.
So maintenance property, what maintenance is supposed to be on there?
So in this particular case, referring to overgrown brush.
Okay, well, I wanted to, I thought I made it clear that what I wanted to do was to work with the other people and try, I'm assuming that they got similar citations, but there seems to be a problem of communicating, because it doesn't seem like anybody knows who everybody else is doing.
So Mr. Williams, if you would, I believe we have your contact information with the city clerk's office. And what I can do is offer you to set up a meeting with yourself, our code enforcement division, and myself, and we can, further, clarify the situation.
Okay, well, because I met with your people that you asked me to meet with, and I spoke with them, and what I was trying to let them know is that I wanted to, it seemed pointless to me to try to put something in there in the 27 acres that I have and have somebody in the neighboring 3 properties find that that wasn't what they had in mind. So I wanted to try to get in touch with them to talk to them so that the 4 of us could discuss it and either agree or not agree on what we were doing. And so that would, how to put it, get rid of the complications it is and help it to be easier to go through the city and easier to go through the property owners that own property around it. That I don't feel that it's right to put in something in with everybody mad at you. And if you start doing something, everybody is going to say, well, maybe they're doing something that I don't want. And so that's why I want to try to get it all straightened out in advance, and so that it doesn't have to be that way. So how I got into this is that then I get this in the mail and I'm saying, well, maybe I'm talking to the wrong people, but I think I'm talking to you. I figured are they not communicating with you? So they know that what my plans are or what my thinking is or how I want to do something.
So what I can offer you, sir, again, is, I'll give direction to staff to set up a meeting with all the pertinent parties.
Okay.
And, we can further discuss this.
Well, if you can find these other 3 people, I would be delighted. I think one of them at least is local, but the other 2 I'm not so sure of, because when I tried to get phone numbers on them, and I did it through my son, who isn't exactly an expert on that kind of stuff, but he's good on computers. And so he came up with a lot of numbers, and rather than going through each one by one, I decided the best thing to do is to come in and talk to you. Perhaps you must have some contact with them. When I talked to the city, your staff there in the city, not in, they did not have phone numbers for me. And when I got this from the county, they did not have phone numbers for me. And I'm a person that likes to work face to face rather than, how would I put it, over the phone or sending mail and doing things like that. And I'm not an emailer.
Sir, once again, we'll have a meeting set up and we can discuss this further offline. And, we'll get the details from you as to what your
Okay,
concerns are.
am I due a fine? Am I gonna be hit with another one or something like that? Is somebody gonna?
So according to the documentation that you provided me, right, along with the pictures, this is a citation. But like I mentioned to you, we can further discuss it offline, get the details of your concerns related to the other
Well,
parties.
is it a
and-
citation? Is that, in other words, I've done something wrong, is what you're saying?
This is an administrative citation, yes.
Is this that I did something wrong?
Well, it's not necessarily you did, but the property, the photos that are attached, obviously
Well, I
show.
understand that. Do I need to bring an attorney with me every time I come, or do I, or what? In other words, what are we doing here?
Sir, I'm not able to give you legal advice, but what I can share with you is that it'd be my pleasure to meet with you and discuss the situation offline and, try to
Okay.
get to, an understanding that's, that'll work out for you
Well,
as well as
whatever
for the
the
city.
regulation is, it seems like your board here should know that already and should know why they're, do I owe $500 now or?
Can I say, Madam Mayor, sir, I certainly respect that you have an issue here, but it is a very specific individual issue that is going to require more time. And that is why the city manager is trying to indicate to you that when offline, meaning when you guys can go to the side and determine a time that you all can meet, because that will be the most beneficial for you. Because you're seeking to address this issue,
Well, then
and this is not the
let me
space
try
for
to
that because
explain
it's an
the rest of
individual.
it. then.
Excuse me, allow me to finish.
Okay.
This is not the space to address your individual concern. That does not mean we do not want to. It means that he's trying to direct you to the best solution for you, which is to meet with him
Mhm.
afterwards. And so I highly suggest that you take him up on
I
that.
guess my question to you is why wasn't this brought up at the contact that I had with the other members of your staff? And I don't remember the names right now, that you referred me to. And I had 3 of them and I met them in the office there and we discussed it. I told them I was wanted to do and such like that. And bam, I've got this coming out.
Mr.
So
Williams.
it seems like
so-
nobody knows what the other person is doing.
Well, and that is why we highly recommend that you then speak to our city manager.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then
And
if-
we'll,
is it fair to ask, is that a fine that have to pay now?
at this point, we
regardless?
don't know, Mr. Williams. That is why we are
Okay.
asking that you please schedule
All right.
a meeting with our city manager
Okay.
so that he can then sit with you and discuss the matter
All
of
right.
fact. Okay?
Am I assuming that the other 3 property owners are under the same?
Mr. Williams, you know what that is? We don't know who the other 3 property owners are, it's just like, and again, please meet
Okay.
with our city manager and he can sit down with you so that he can address each and every question you have.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
All right. Thank you.
So, okay, colleagues, we now move on to the consent agenda. And so, these will be voice votes since Councilmember Carter is attending via Zoom. Okay, and so
I make a motion to accept consent items 5 through 9.
okay, and may I
I'll
get a
second.
second? And, okay,
I'll second, Madam Mayor.
Councilmember Oliva seconded. Okay,
Councilmember Carter? Councilmember Carter? Councilmember Oliva?
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia?
Yes.
Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas?
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin?
yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. Okay, and now we move on to item number 10 on the agenda, MOU for certified water and wastewater operators. And we have a presentation by Mrs. Dulce Bedoya, our Human Resources Director.
Hello, good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. Here before you is the MOU for the certified water treatment plant operators, certified wastewater treatment plant operators, and certified water distribution operators / sewer.
Oh my gosh,
It's
a mouthful.
long one. So the fiscal impact will be paid by the enterprise funds, no impact to the general budget. Give you a little bit of the background. So the current MOU promised to conduct a total compensation study, and after completion of such, it allowed for the group to reopen the agreement to bargain salary. Therefore, we have met and conferred on revised terms and conditions to the current MOU and have reached an agreement. The modified terms and conditions agreed to in a tentative agreement are being presented to the City Council for final approval, and the major changes are as follows. This is a 3-year agreement. Classifications that are below market based on the 2023 compensation study eligible for up to 10% base pay increase per fiscal year until classifications is brought up to market. So there are 2 reclassifications in order to allow room to grow, as there are multiple positions within a pay grade. There has to be 2 reclassifications, and they are as follows. The utility field representative will be reclassified from a W3 to a W4 because there was more than 1 position in the W3 grade. The lead utility field representative will be reclassified from a W7 to a W8, and it's the same scenario. There will be a 2% COLA increase July of 2024, July of 2025, and July of 2026. So in conclusion, the city manager is recommending the adoption of resolution of the City Council of the City of El Centro, setting out the terms and conditions of employment for certified water treatment plant operators, certified wastewater treatment plant operators, and certified water distribution operators / sewer. Any questions?
Colleagues, any questions from Mrs. Bedoya? No? No? So,
you.
and at this point, can I get a motion?
I so move, Madam Mayor, to adopt the recommendation by the city manager and the HR director as presented.
And Mr. Garcia seconded the motion? Okay, and can I get a vote, please?
Councilmember Carter? Can we take that?
She's got a thumbs up, I don't know.
That's the new age way to vote. Right there.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
Councilmember Oliva?
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia?
Yes.
Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh?
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin?
yes,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you, Mrs. Bedoya. All righty. Okay, colleagues, now we move on to item number 11, acceptance of the fiscal year 24-25 Cannabis Tax Fund Grant Program, and we have a presentation by our police commander, Mr. Rene McNish. Take it away.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. Okay, we have it up. So we recently received notification of a grant through the California Highway Patrol Cannabis Tax Fund Grant Program. And I wanted to point out that this was an exciting opportunity for our agency. This is the first time we applied for it. So we're pleased to find out that we got the award notification.
Good.
We're more pleased and more excited about the positive impact this will bring to our community. So we seek to gain City Council's approval to move forward and accept this grant. The grant is in excess of $263,000, and if approved, we'd like to utilize it to purchase 2 units and outfit it with the required equipment. We'd also like to send officers to advanced training for impaired driving detection and investigation. Additionally, to purchase the equipment that we would need for grant-related activities. And then also a big portion of the funding would go for overtime expenditures to cover the cost for enforcement details, such as saturation patrols, distracted driving initiatives, And then more importantly, an educational campaign to go out and speak to community members about the dangers of impaired driving. So this is an important opportunity for us as an agency to reach back to the community, and we're hopefully going to get your approval. And I'd like to open up for any questions you may have.
Colleagues, any questions for Commander McNish?
No questions, just congratulations on
Yes, I know.
identifying this grant opportunity and thank you for applying. As you mentioned, it was the first time. We're really excited. So thanks again for being proactive.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and it seems that that money is going to go quite a long way. So yes, thank you. Two new units?
Yes.
Wow. I know they're very expensive, you know. So
They're
that's-
very pricey.
Mhm,
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Congratulations, it's a sizable grant. It looks like it's going to be used effectively. And just again, hopefully we can keep going after opportunities like this in order to bolster the department.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ready?
Madam Mayor, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance, but can we go back just to the slide that shows where the funding is going to go? And I think this is excellent when we talk about initiative, when we talk about forward thinking and taking a look at opportunities to enhance, right, public safety. And in addition to that, I am also very happy to see that there is funding that's going to be allocated for advanced officer training. We're only as good as the training that is offered. And it's just a great opportunity. Thank you for being proactive, for looking for the funding to ensure that we not only cover gaps, but that we look at enhancing the services that are provided to our residents. Great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commander McNish. And so, Madam City Clerk, can I get a motion first of all?
Madam Mayor, I'll second.
And can we get a vote?
Councilmember Carter?
Oh.
Councilmember Oliva?
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia?
Yes.
Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh?
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. And now we move on to item number 12, ordinance regarding use of city seal, logo, and hashtags. And we have a presentation by our Public Information Officer, Mr. Mario Renteria.
Good evening, Mayor, Acting Mayor Pro Tem, and members of council. We are respectfully submitting this ordinance for your review and approval. This ordinance aims to protect the city seal, logo, and hashtags from unauthorized use outside the city. Previously approved Resolution 2020-009 already grants administrative approval for city departments to use logos and insignia in correspondence, bid publications, program announcements, marketing, and more. Since that resolution was adopted 4 years ago, the city has added a public information officer and a multimedia content creator.
I'm sorry, Mario, but
It's okay.
too much.
Which has increased the use of logos, symbols, and hashtags in English and Spanish on social media, press releases, and various marketing materials. We are seeking to ensure that all our logos, symbols, and hashtags are used exclusively for official city purposes or with city approval. In extreme cases of breaking this regulation, a violation could lead to a misdemeanor charge. We recommend adopting this ordinance with a thumbs up for a first reading and authorize the city clerk to place it on the next agenda for second reading and adoption. The ordinance will take effect 30 days after it's been adopted. And I can answer any questions you may have.
I do, Mr. Renteria. Just if we can go back, please, to the logos. So in your presentation, you explained that this had been approved 4 years ago. However, since there's been additions to the library logo and so forth, that is why it's before us, just to make sure that we're incorporating not only all of our city logos, but in addition to our hashtags as well, correct?
Correct,
All right. Thank you. I just wanted some clarity on why this is before us again, and that we're just making sure that we're talking about all logos.
It's before you for one other reason, which is this is an ordinance.
Yes.
What was before you before was a policy.
Okay.
This is enforceable by citation or other means.
Yes, what she said.
Okay. Ditto.
She said?
Ditto.
She said it better than I do.
Okay, alrighty. Okay, so any other questions or comments for Mario? Okay, colleagues, can I get a motion?
So move.
And I'll second it. Okay, Madam City Clerk, can you please call for a
Councilmember
vote?
Carter?
I have a question. Should she be voting by voice?
Yeah, we can hear her.
We can, and so
We can hear her.
now we can't hear her,
Turn on
so,
her.
I mean, is the
It's
thumbs up?
on her end, it's not us.
I see,
Zoom is on, but we can't hear her.
I see.
Her.
Yeah.
You can
She
see her?
can see and hear us.
Okay, yeah, no, only because, this is an official vote, so it's like, and I know that is that going to show up on official records, so,
I think we'll probably note that she was present but not voting because of the sound problem.
okay, all righty, okay. All right, so let's move forward with,
The roll call?
with the vote on item number 12, the ordinance regarding the use of the city seal, logo, and hashtags, and
Councilmember Carter? She's absent. Councilmember Oliva?
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia? Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh?
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin?
yes.
So the vote passes.
Alrighty. Thank you. And now we move on to item number 13, discussion and any necessary action regarding the appointments to the Personnel Appeals Board to fill one unscheduled vacancy. And so we do have one applicant that submitted a request to serve on the Personnel Appeals Board, and that was Mr., was it Jacob Bermudez? Yes. And so I would like to then recommend that we appoint Mr. Jacob Bermudez to fill the unscheduled vacancy on the Personnel Appeals Board. And on that, I would like to ask for a motion.
So moved, Madam Mayor.
So Councilmember Oliva, can I get a second?
Second.
Yes, and a second by Councilmember Cardenas Singh, and a vote, please.
Councilmember Carter? Councilmember Oliva?
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia? Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh?
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin?
Yes. All righty.
Motion
And-
passes.
Thank you. And so we move on to item number 14, discussion and any necessary action regarding appointment to the Library and Community Services Board. And we do have Mr. Matthew Cowie, who was appointed recently as a non-voting member, and he has requested to fill the position of the voting member. So we would like to recommend that we can move Mr. Cowie up to be a voting member of the Library and Community Services Board, and would then leave the position of non-voting member vacant, and then we will continue to pursue applicants for that position. So on that, if everybody is in agreement, can I get a motion?
So move.
Second.
Thank you. And so can we get a vote, Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Carter? Councilmember Oliva?
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia? Interim Mayor Pro Tem Cardenas Singh?
Yes.
Mayor Marroquin?
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. And so the other items on the agenda are just for your information. And so we would like to now move on to task force reports and council member reports. And so we will start with Councilmember Garcia.
Actually, I have nothing to report at this time. I hope everybody enjoyed a safe 4th of July.
Thank you, Councilmember Garcia. And so I would like to go to Councilmember Cardenas Singh.
Great, wonderful, thank you. Had the opportunity to celebrate a great milestone in our community, talk about quality health opportunities that were afforded through 5,000 robotic surgeries through the Da Vinci robotic surgery equipment that is used there at ECRMC. When we talk about robotic surgery, we understand that it's less invasive and the ability to recuperate is much quicker. And it was just a great opportunity. 5,000 surgeries that have been provided here locally is a great opportunity. I know that both of my daughters have had that opportunity. They both have had gallbladder surgery, and their recovery time was within days. So that was great to see. Reduces the risk also of any additional health issues associated to surgery. It's a great opportunity. I attended the Imperial Valley Healthcare District press conference at Imperial Valley College that really gave us an opportunity to see all the progress and all the goals that have been met by the Imperial Valley Healthcare District. Got to attend 2 nail-biting championship games that took place here at our El Centro Little League, both on July the 6th and the 7th. And I just would like to share, we had our Friends of El Centro meeting just last week. We are going to be having a fundraiser asking our community to please support through our Friends of El Centro. Our fundraising efforts really go back to investing back into our community and our youth. And that is with our fundraising efforts, we're able to pay for swim lessons for anyone who may not have the means to pay for, or any of the sport activities that are provided throughout our community. Our cornhole tournament, it's called Beat the Heat. What a great opportunity to come in and have some competitiveness and enjoy that opportunity. It's $50 for 2 players. Grand prize is first place is $400, second place is $200, third place is $100. We're going to have DJ, live music, food vendors, raffle, and prizes. So we hope that you can participate, our community can participate, and investment goes back into our community. Again, just in case I didn't say it, it's August the 10th, and it will be taking place at the Martin Luther King Pavilion. So looking forward to that. So bring out your cornhole team and let's have some fun. That's the end of my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Cardenas Singh. Councilmember Oliva.
I need to practice my throw.
I know we have to
Cornhole.
tell mother.
Let's get it done. Well, Madam Mayor, colleagues, Ms. Cardenas Singh mentioned a lot of the things that I plan to, so I will keep it brief and just echo the sentiments of Mr. Garcia that I hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July. And as we go into our dark, non-meeting moments of the summer, I just hope that everyone's continuing enjoying their summer. So I yield back, Madam Mayor.
Oh, brief. Thank you.
Very brief.
Okay, and so that leaves, let's see, what do I have to report? Not much, because I was at the same events. You know, I have to commend El Centro Regional Medical Center for great success of the milestone that they've reached with all of those surgeries. You know, that too, I can attest that I've experienced robotic surgery. I mean, I was under, but you know, I do have to say that I can't even see my scars anymore. So it is less evasive, and my recovery time was quick. So you know, I can attest to that as well. And I was also at the Imperial Valley Healthcare District press conference, and I have to commend them as well, you know, for all of the progress that they've made in the last 6 months, which is very significant. I mean, they've attained all of the goals with the exception of one, which is probably going to be the most, well, actually 2, the most difficult ones, you know, but I'm confident that they will succeed. So more to come on that. Look forward to more progress from them. And so really that is all I have to report. The summer months are just kind of slow for us, but you know, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break for the first meeting in August, but we will be back the latter half of August. But I do have a couple of mentions that I'd like to point out, that July is National Vehicle Theft Prevention Month. The city's police department and public information department have collaborated with videos that will provide tips on how to avoid being a victim. Look for them on our main and police department social media sites throughout the month of July, and I know I've seen it. So, you know, please, you know, for the public, you know, please tune into those, because, you know, unfortunately, you know, people are out there that are looking for specific makes and models of vehicles that make it easy to, you know, to take. And so, you know, just ideas on how you can protect yourself from that. My next Monday with the mayor will be Monday, July the 22nd. And this one we will have at the old Post Office Pavilion from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And I invite the community to come out and talk to me and my team, our city manager and our public information officer, and about anything that is related to the city, whether it be a concern, suggestions, whatever you would like to share. And our summer reading program is at its halfway point. There are still several events scheduled, and those are happening at the El Centro Library. Look for their list of events on the the El Centro Library Facebook page. So, alrighty. And on that note, I'll pass it over to our city manager, Mr. Cedric Cesenia.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening. So I was also present at the ECRMC 5000. That's what I call it. And it was interesting, right? Because some of us actually had the opportunity to utilize the machine. And for those who said that me playing video games would never pay off, I will tell you that I think that I can do a surgery laparoscopically with a robot. They had they had equipment there that you could actually move around and use the actual tools, and it was precision, exactly. Yes. So I think I can be a surgeon.
I am not volunteering my gallbladder. I'm just letting you know.
Other than some of the same meetings we attended, I attended today the Latino Community Foundation Roundtable here in the county. Congressman Dr. Raul Ruiz was present, and it was a good conversation between nonprofits as well as city government representatives. Appreciate that the Latino Community Foundation is involved in Imperial County, and looking forward to the work that's going to happen out of that. Other than that, Madam Mayor, thank you for the time, and have a great night.
Alrighty. And so it is now 7:16 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.